Perfect. Thank you. All right. If you can do us a favor, just retweet this out so we can get some more people in here. Um, we will start in just a moment, I think, or unless Creatress, you want to kick it off. But I am setting up um, some things for you guys. 'Cause I think we're gonna be doing some announcements in just a bit.
Yes, I'll say GM to everybody now. Everybody, we just went live. So we are now not just on Twitter Spaces or X Spaces, as we're calling them now, but we are also live on Instagram. We are live on Hi Instagram. I just hit the go live button. Y'all, live streaming to Instagram is a little crunchy, I gotta say. But we're making it work. So we're on Instagram, we're live on X live stream, and also on YouTube. So uh, both on my account and on Valerie's X account. So wherever you're watching, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. And yeah, this is episode 8, season 4, episode 8, which I realize now I have titled wrong on the live stream. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. It's been hard to keep up. We had a lot of extra episodes this last month because we did a lot of recaps for New York. So, the numbers, the specifics. But anyway, we're here. I'm actually wearing my robe, our custom Lorenzo robe. So I wore my uniform today. And I'm also wearing my noggles, my blue noggles. So Val and I are matching. Shout
And
out to Val.
yeah, we're matching the noggles for sure. What I've got on, I'm wearing a flowered lei, and I think this is really appropriate for today, what we're going to talk about, because you can see we're going to talk about events. But this is a lei that I got from the Luau Dow, which they were at the Pizza Dow pizza party. This one was from like 2 years ago though. So this was from like 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, I felt like it was appropriate for what we're going to talk about and later. Um, but yeah, let's first get into our intros. So, Creatress, would you please bless us with your intro, my darling?
Yes, with pleasure. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today, wherever you're watching from, or if you're watching in the future. Today is season 4, episode 8 of There's Layers to This, and I am one of the hosts. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I come from Mexico originally, currently live in Maui, and I make all types of art, but I'm mainly known for VR performance. And it's actually a mixed reality performance now. Once the MetaQuest Pro headset was a mixed reality experience that I'm performing now. So just wanted to throw that out there, a little change in the nomenclature for everybody. Yeah, it's mixed reality performances now, and yeah, basically I'm a 3D sculptor and I use VR or MR now to create my sculptures and to do immersive experiences at live events. So for those of you who haven't seen it, fingers crossed that I come to a town near you soon. And we'll be talking actually about my next performance. So I will be announcing the next tour stop on my ongoing everlasting tour, as I like to call. And for as far as our show, we talk about Web3, we talk about art, we talk about toads. Obviously, the toad, Lorenzo, is our mascot. So we got to talk about toads and CCO. But yeah, I think that's a good enough intro for now. Valerie, throw it over to you.
Love it. Hello, everybody. Yes, I am Valerie, aka V Dizzle. I started in Web3 back in May of 2021. So we're coming up on my anniversary here. My anniversary will be May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And that's how I remember it because it's Star Wars Day. So that will be my, what, 30-year anniversary, is it? Can I, yeah, 30. Oh yeah, it feels like 4, 5, 10 at this point because anyone who's in the space knows that the news, the technology goes really fast. And so it just feels like we're here for ages. But yes, I started my journey back in 2021 of May through Gary V. Gary V released his NFT collection called V Friends. I entered into one of his giveaways and I was gifted my very first NFT directly from Gary straight into my wallet, and I had offers immediately. I could have cashed out for like at least $120,000, probably more. And yeah, I was very naive, didn't understand cycles, didn't understand that things go up and things go down. So I was a noob, and that's okay because we all got to start somewhere. But I quickly learned about, you know, really what was happening in this space with the technology and just how like this is the next wave that will be coming that I believe people will start adopting, at least, using Bitcoin as like their main currency. That is my hope, that is my belief that we will get there. And so yeah, I'm still here. What I was doing before Web3, I was a full-time student in my master's program. I was also studying surgery and rehabilitation for athletes. But as soon as I found out about this awesome technology, I just knew that school and that career will always be there. Like that is solid. That is a backup plan that I can feel comfortable going back to if I need to. But being here in this moment where there's a legit renaissance of people who are coming together, where you see the merging of art and technology at the same time, like this moment won't be here forever. And so I found that it was super important for me to be a part of this moment and be a pioneer and help trying to advocate for the technology and for people that look like me to have representation, that are women and that are people of color. And so I felt very strongly and passionately about it that I said, I'm gonna try and make it here in Web3 full time. And that is not easy. It's a hustle, it's a grind. It's basically being an entrepreneur in this space. Because you got to set your own hours, you got to be disciplined, you got to, try and make the right connections. So here I am. I've been doing some meetups every single month here in San Diego called San Diego NFT Friends. We will talk about our next event that we are having in this show. So we'll get to that a little bit later. But I also started my Web3 event planning and management company. So I love, love, love making connections and making people having a good time so that they can attach meaningful memories to the technology. So that's a little bit about me. Let's get into some Web3 news. Creatress, did you see anything interesting on your timeline this week?
So many interesting things. The most interesting's been our giveaway, to be honest. Haha. So I just want to make sure before we go get into that, just got to put it out there. Wherever you're watching, you're welcome to enter the giveaway. You don't have to be in on X right now. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever, you can enter the giveaway. If you, let's see, how can we get you the info? Well, first off, some of the info is here on the screen. I don't know if it's like going to be high resolution enough for you to actually scan it. We do have some QR codes on the graphic. So, take a look. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see if I can make it the right size. And then maybe you'll be able to, if you're watching the live stream, you'll be able to actually just, you know, uh, scan it. That'd be kind of cool. So here I am on live on air, resizing it for y'all. Okay. We'll see if it works. But yeah, basically you can win $100 worth of BTC, aka Bitcoin. All right. BTC is the ticker for Bitcoin. All right. In case you didn't know. So yes, enter the giveaway. Today on this show, we're actually going to be announcing one winner from raffle 5, and then we're also announcing a little extension for those of you who didn't make it in on time. But yes, Val, to answer your question, okay, what I see today on the timeline? Recently, okay, runes have been on the timeline, and I've even already seen people saying that runes are done. I'm like, what the hell? So it's like, I'm like, great, here we go. Attention of a goldfish is back in action right now. We had like 2 weeks of pre-runes mania and like 4 days of runes pumping, and now everyone's like, I'm like, what is going on? Have you noticed this?
Oh yes, yes, I've seen it. It's really quite interesting, to be honest. People, of course, are entitled to their opinions, and everyone does have an opinion, and it's really quite interesting to kind of see who says what, especially some of the influencers. Like, I don't know how your algorithms are and your timeline, but my timeline has influencers that you would consider that are on like the Ethereum side, and then I have a split of influencers that are considered like ordinals slash rune side. And then there's a split also between the ones that are like all for runes and super excited, and then there's like the other side that is like, yeah, runes are dead, it's the launch failed, this is the worst thing ever. So like, I have all of that, and it's really quite interesting. I think it's great that my timeline has both, because of course we don't want to be in a silo. We don't want to be in a bubble where you're just getting the same type of feed every time. I think it's important to get the opposing side, or different of opinions, just so you can have more of a well-rounded like idea that you can try to create on your own. And so I am seeing a lot of this. Full disclosure, I participated in runes. I'm very minimally exposed because I was very much aware, like leading up to runes launching, I was very much aware that most likely me as an individual will be someone's exit liquidity. I do not have a lot of money and capital just to like, let me just play around here, right? I have a very small bag. And so I was very much aware that my chances in this are probably going to be smaller compared to people who are considered Bitcoin whales, people who are devs and who like know how to do certain coding to snipe certain deals, right? So I knew that I was probably going to be someone's exit liquidity, and that this was going to be a huge gamble. I made sure to make tweets that were about that, because I felt like there was a lot of tweets on the timeline about like, oh, if you don't set up your Bitcoin node right, you're not going to get your edge. And I felt like it was very, very well marketed. It was very, very well planned. But I also kind of felt like there's a little bit of manipulation there, if I'm going to be honest, because I think it's important for a person to understand their risks. And I feel like if you are an influencer, and if especially you're a founder of a project, especially that may be dropping runes, etching runes, or has like an ordinal project that's going to get airdropped to runes, I think there's a responsibility and accountability on these founders to say, hey, A, this is a gamble. B, understand your risks. And like, you should know, right? I think these influencers have that responsibility, in my opinion. But I felt a lot of them were just kind of like, buy my ordinal to get the secrets, and then participate, set your node up, and etch a bunch of runes without like, hey, these might be some of your risks. So, anyways, I made sure to tweet out and try to like educate people of like the different ways um you could win, different ways you can lose, because this at the end of the day is all a gamble. So just full disclosure, I minted some runes. I minted the Satoshi Nakamoto. I only got 100 of those, and then that was an accident. That was actually a happy, fortunate accident because I did make money on that. But at the time, like the platforms weren't so easy. Like usually I'm so used to like when you go and mint an NFT or you go buy an NFT, there's usually two transactions you have to sign. The first one is like, okay, do you allow your wallet to like approve to like attach your wallet, I guess you could say, to the NFT? And then the second one is like, hey, this is how much it's going to cost, here's an estimation of gas, do you approve that transaction? So I'm very used to like signing my wallet twice. With the runes, there was only one signing, and I was like waiting for the second one, and I was like, wait a minute, did I not mint this? I'm confused. I did not know. So it ended up being, I guess, a good thing because Satoshi Nakamoto did go up and I made money on that. But yeah, I it was new to me. It was totally different. And then the second thing that I bought on secondary was the RSIC token. So I'm still not sure. I haven't really paid attention to what's going on the past week, I would say, because I'm focused on like events that I'm planning. But I bought it because I had heard that like the market cap looked really good, that the way the tokenomics look like was good. Again, I did no research, so that's on me. It's a full gamble. If you are listening to what I buy and you're interested, I definitely recommend like go do the research, go find out who's the team behind it. Like, please, this is not financial advice. I just want to be like super transparent that like I did participate in this. But again, like only two runes am I involved in. Like that's my exposure. There are people who have bought like the first 100 runes. There's people who have bought the first 1,000 runes because there's speculation about the provenance, right? If you're within the first 100 runes, whether you're in the first 1,000 runes, you are in history, right? You are like engraved in the history of runes in Bitcoin. So there's provenance around that, which I get, but at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. Are these things going to be relevant in the next few years? What if there's another developer who comes along and makes like a runes 3.0 and that shit's a banger, like you don't know. So please be weary of like your exposure and what you decide to um buy into. It's super important that you know your risks and know at the end of the day you may be someone's exit liquidity. And if you're fine with that, then yeah, go for it. I'm fine with it. So I went for it. I used money that like I'm totally cool if I lose it all. If it goes to zero, I'm not like I'm okay. I could still afford rent and my bills. Like I'm going to be okay. So it is quite interesting going back to your question, creatress, if I have seen people on my timeline saying like runes are dead. Yes, I have. I still think, in my opinion, it's a little early to say so because I think there are still devs who are building tools around runes. And we still, as far as I know, we still haven't seen an exchange list a rune. Like I'm waiting until the day like Coinbase decides, hey, we're going to add Satoshi Nakamoto rune to our exchange. Like the only one that I've seen is from gates.io, But if you live in the US, you are technically banned from using gate.io. You can still access it if you have a VPN, or like you can just like lie and say no, I'm not in the US, right? There's like a little pop-up window that warns you like, hey, if you're a US resident, you are not allowed to use this tool, right? You could lie, not recommending you do that, but if you're just curious to see like what the platform is like, you can go take a look at it. But that is the only exchange, and by the way, they're a centralized exchange, so you will still have to KYC yourself if you use it. But that's the only place that I've seen where they've added Satoshi Nakamoto rune, and they've added the meme economics rune. So those are the only two that I know of. I don't know if they've added more since then, but I'm kind of waiting for other exchange platforms to do this, because I think once it is, then I feel like the attention may shift and may come back, and people are going to be more excited about runes again. So I think you're totally right, though. It's so funny. Like, people have the attention span of a goldfish because it's so freaking true. It's so tough to keep up with. And I think one of the greatest like pieces of advice that I've heard so far during this time is like, go in the opposite direction. Like, everybody's attention is on the runes, whether it's winning or fudding, but still, that's where like all the attention is. It's like, all right, why don't you go back and check like some of your favorite ETH collections, or maybe go look at the price of ETH. Like, maybe right now is a good time while gas is low on ETH to go buy some ETH, or go buy some of your favorite projects that you've always wanted to be a part of, because eventually people's attentions are going to go back over there. And I think it already has. Like, I started to see some of that. So, again, none of this financial advice, just like be aware of what's going on in your space, be educated on like what's happening. And it's tough to do. It's tough to do if you're not here full time. So, that's why Creatress and I are here. We're here to let you know what we're seeing, and then you can go make your best educated moves of like what you decide to do, if anything. So, Creatress, yeah, what do you think? Like, do you see what's going on in your timeline? Is it similar to like mine with like the influencers, like both on ordinals and both like on ETH, or are you seeing something completely different? Because I feel like your stuff too is like, you follow a lot of artists. Like, your community is artists. Like, what are artists saying, if anything? Are they even participating? Or is it more like still they're in the beginning phases of like, oh, I want to drop my art as an ordinal? Because I know that's something you did recently too. So like, what's going on in the artist world?
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a mixed bag. Some people are definitely, a lot of my friends are dropping their own ordinals, and haven't seen too much chatter about collecting as much. But I think it's just because it's early, and also that the fees are pretty high. So I think that always kind of gets people, to kind of wait a little bit. So yeah, but I think definitely the artists are into it. It's just a matter of being strategic with your timing and whatever money you have to mint. And I also see Arthur just got his hand up, so let's see what he thinks. What's going on, Arthur? Arthur, how you doing?
Hey, I just came up to give you guys your congratulations. You guys are awesome. I had something funny. Something funny had happened. My friend of mine had come into the space, and then so I reached out to him like, "Oh, you into crypto? I didn't know." She said, "I don't understand one word anyone is saying in this space." I'm like, "Oh, you didn't understand?" And so when I was listening right now, I'm used to the rooms and stuff like that, but I could see like somebody who's never heard anything at all would come in here like, "Are they speaking another language?" So it's just funny.
That is so true. Yeah, thanks for like letting us know. And that's the tough thing, right? It's like, if we see some of our regulars like you authored, we know you probably already know, but it's so true. Like, if someone comes in here and, is completely new, please let us know. Put it in the comments, or like, yeah, I love that you came up on stage and let us know, authored. Because I think just the basic foundation of education, like if you're completely new, is important to know, especially if you want to come in and participate or just like absorb what's happening and see if like this is something that's for you. I love, love, love taking a few steps back and like giving you basic terms and what the definitions are. So if we need to do that, I'm more than happy to explain anything from what is crypto to what is a smart contract, right? I'm more than happy to go in depth, or, just where you're at, like I'm happy to meet people there. So yeah, authored. Were they here in the spaces, or were they watching on one of the live streams?
Yeah, they came into the space, I believe Tuesday, or it was last Tuesday or this Tuesday.
Oh.
And when they were, and I was just like, "Oh, you were into it, and you gotta, you gonna do anything?" And they're like, "I don't know anything about crypto," and I did not know anything was happening. But I think that it's good though that you are doing what you're doing, because it's like, sometimes you do need to be advanced, be able to push, the thing. But I can hear what you're saying is that sometimes you do want to catch people where they are. But I guess I'm different because I'm in different spaces all the time hearing this. So I always like it because I learn something new every time, and I'm like, okay, I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out. Okay, and I follow you guys on the line, and I was like, oh, okay, so consensus is where everybody's going. Okay, let me check out what's happening, and I see you doing your thing, be Dizzle. But yeah, I get what you're saying though.
Author, you're the best. Appreciate you. And yeah, you think about going to consensus? Paper Buddha just came up. He's gone. He pretty much got all the hype train going, and now I want to go. I'm definitely gonna go, actually, I should say.
I've been hearing a lot of people say they're changing their plans. Even you said you changed your plans too. So I say it must be the vibe.
Yeah, consensus is a total vibe. It's like kind of like East Denver, where it's really like heavy. And so if you move into art circles, you're going to get seen like above everybody else. You know what I mean? You can get lost in the sauce in New York or Miami.
Smaller pond. This is good. Yes, this is good. It's not even a pond, right? It's like I don't even know. I haven't actually been to Austin at all. That's one
Oh,
place I haven't.
it's
Yeah.
so amazing. It's so amazing. I'm moving there in November. It's a total vibe. I think you'll dig it. It's like my wife is from North Carolina and I'm from California, and so it's like the perfect mix of the South and the West Coast to be in Austin.
Hmm. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's good to hear. I do hear good things about it, so I'm excited to go. I just heard of someone who lives there, so I'm gonna get in touch, see if they got any cool insights or connects. But yeah, so that's the next event. We transitioned so nicely into events that are on our calendar, which was next on the agenda. So yeah, Austin's next on my agenda. I know Val has FarCon on her agenda next. Trying to pull her out to Austin, but she needs to be. I need to get a budget in line for her so she can come out. She's a very busy lady. And what else do we have? Wait, author, you didn't say. Are you gonna go to consensus then, or are you just thinking about it right now, considering?
I'm thinking about it now because I think a lot of people that I know are saying, they're gonna go. And I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to meet up at that time.
I don't
Okay, yeah.
know. If author goes, I might need to go because I need to meet you, authored. So let me know if you go.
I need to meet you too. So yeah.
Paper, we're gonna say something to further incentivize the situation.
Yeah, make sure that you stay longer than the first. So the conference ends on the first, but on the first, we're doing a big private event that's going to be a brunch and a total vibe. And then, you're probably just going to want to lounge around town and do local stuff. on Saturday and then fly out Sunday. Or, I'm staying till the 6th. So, yeah.
There you go. Authored yet another reason, and Val. Yet another reason to come to. Yeah, that was a really cool vibe, authored. I don't know if you came. I don't know if you came through the brunch recap, but it was a really cool vibe. I think you would enjoy it. Lots of people on the same vibe that we are on. So yeah. I'm really excited. What else? What else? Val, you want to share what you got for FarCon?
Yeah. Real quick before I move on to FarCon, like I've been wanting to go to Consensus for the past 3 years. It's definitely one of those, like, if you're trying to go to Consensus, it's not cheap. So yeah, I don't know if I would actually go to the consensus unless someone has a hookup or something. But yeah, I just want to put it out there, like, if anyone is looking for like an event planner, needs help managing events, needs help promoting, needs photography, videography, live streaming, like, I want to put it out there that I have my company, my Web3 company, Red Rug Entertainment. So if anyone is looking to hire, I'm available. I'm ready for hire. If you want to, bring me out there to Austin, I would love to. So putting that out there.
You can also get a hold of Consensus directly and
Uh-huh.
tell them like you're media and you'd like a media badge so that you can come in and do coverage, and they'll hook you up, especially if you've got a legit company.
Ooh, all
Put that
right. Let's
work it, girl.
go.
Put that camera around your neck and be like, I'm pressed. That's my homie Jayan Silva. The main reason he got into photography was so he could get backstage at concerts and fights. And like, and he's one of the best photographers in the world now.
That is sick. Yes. I have the equipment. So, yeah, I think I will. I actually applied for press too for the Bitcoin conference that's up and coming, cuz those tickets are not cheap either. So, I
That's the one in
also,
Nashville, right?
yeah, that's the one in Nashville. That
What
one's
are
in
the dates?
July.
Yeah, what's the dates for that?
So, that is July 25th through 27th, if I'm not mistaken. So, that's like a Thursday through Saturday event.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna do the whole, thing like we do with the temple, where we get the whole big Airbnb. And I already started talking to the homie in Nashville. We're thinking like an Airbnb in Nashville, and then like 3 days of a lake retreat afterwards, like creative retreat vibe on the lake. So
Ooh.
yeah, people that really want to recharge afterwards, we'll be doing something.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. And I own a one of one paper Buddha, and I know that gives me access to all of that. Oh my God, that's exciting. Yes, I am down. And a retreat by the lake sounds exactly what I need, especially during that time, because that's already like we're already past half the year, and it's good to kind of like recharge and then reframe like what your intentions are for the next like half of the year. So
Yeah,
that
big time.
sounds, yes, that sounds like my type of deal. So I'm for it. Count me in right now.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm
Yeah, we
down.
used to do them in late September, early October at our camp out there, and then realized exactly what you said. It's better to back it up a little bit and really like have a half a year check in with everybody.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, yeah, with everybody too. Like, what are people's takeaways? What did people learn from the first half? What do people want to do better in the second half? How can we make each other better? What can we do collabing going forward? Like, yeah, that's where those are the type of people I want to be around, who like are like that, like have that mindset.
Yeah,
It's
we started
important.
doing our Nashville retreat probably 3.5 years ago, something like that. As the whole idea was like the Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich mastermind group, right? Where if we all come together with these kind of different areas of specialty and we can hold each other accountable, that we can really grow each other really well, professionally speaking. And we've had really good results. Everybody that's been involved, I think, has gotten a lot out of it. And I think this year we're going to do kind of some more focused workshopy type stuff where I'm going to lead the whole crew, kind of like we did in New York, sit down and go through the laptop and talk about the degen side of things, and like, here's the new tools with DeFi, answer those questions. I know some of the folks wanted to do a marketing workshop around kind of branding and how to brand themselves on the blockchain and that kind of stuff. So going through that, and I'll probably have a couple of friends come out and do a little guest speaking. Some blue chip artists or some collectors that are pretty far advanced in their career to lend insight to the rest of us, right? So that we can learn from them. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm trying to offer for those people that stay behind conferences. Like, yeah, we'll do an extra 2 or 3 days after the conference and start kicking these things into gear, because I think a lot of people took a lot of learning out of the FaceTime that we got together, right? You can shortcut quite a bit when you're in person.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, this is my first time seeing, with Temple, and like, there was throughout the week, like, you guys had your stuff, like, you had to go to and events, and then I had to go to events. And so, like, during the week, it was really hard for us to, like, even, like, link up. But once, like, the last day or two, we actually got to sit down and, like, chat it up, learn each other. Like, dude, even Keegan, I wish Keegan was in the space right now, because he can speak. Like, him and I, like, absorbed so much that last day we had with you. Like, just, yeah, that degen DeFi side, and like, I used that when I went into runes. Like, I had, like, okay, what did I learn from Paper Buddha? Let me try to apply these things when I get into the rune stuff, and like, I made some money. So, like, yeah, I am so excited to learn more and understand what tools people are using, because I still feel like I'm underexposed, like, with it all, right? It's a process, it's a journey, like, and you can only do with what you can do with, like, the liquidity someone has. So, I'm going slow, but that's the pace that works for me, and I love that, like, you're not judgmental of that. Like, you're down to meet with people, like, wherever they're at, and like, how fast or how slow or how deep or how shallow, like, a person wants to go into it. Like, I love having that mix, of people that are, like, in all different like, stages of their own journey, and like, just learning from each other. I love it.
Somebody once told me that teaching is a part of mastery, and so I've always kept that in mind. Like, I'm always trying to teach so that it reinforces the learning in myself. And I want to teach the basics because I always need to remember the fundamentals, right? Be like a basketball coach, not teaching somebody how to dribble. Be like, bro, you kind of need to learn how to dribble. You know what I mean? So like learning the fundamentals and teaching those really helped me. And then the advanced stuff too. When I'm sitting there with my friends from 2013 and we're talking about like, yo, this whole ordinal shit, this rune shit is just like original Bitcoin, where we had order books and spreadsheets and like we were keeping track of PayPal in, Bitcoin out. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. But knowing your audience and then being able to pass on
So you've created with them. So yeah.
Well, I think you, me, and Creatrix should jump on a call and talk about Austin.
I'm down. I'm open. Creatures. Are you there?
Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear me? Signal me on the video because my audio is all weird. Okay, cool. You can hear me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's talk. All I caught was the end of that. For some, okay, y'all, you know how my Wi-Fi and Island Coconut Wi-Fi is not reliable. So the past like minute, I heard nothing. I just want to tell y'all. So yeah, anyway, I'm glad you can hear me. I'm just gonna go through my last announcements, and then I'll pass it to you, Val. So we can probably
Wait,
wrap it
wait,
up. But
wait,
yeah,
wait. But
just
Paper Buddha,
okay,
Paper
wait,
Buddha
yeah, I
just.
can't hear what you're saying. Hang on.
Oh no.
Okay, so I have to like mute my computer so it doesn't echo, but then I also have to, I can only hear you on my computer. I can't hear you on my phone
Oh.
for some reason. I don't know what's going on with Twitter.
Okay, I'll let you do your thing, girl.
But
Do your thing.
anywho, okay. So shout out to Austin for sure. But I'm sure you guys probably already said this, but I'm just gonna say it again. Call out for sponsors who want to sponsor the tour stop. Okay, we got a performance opportunity already, so now we're looking for some sponsors. Perks are all the content. You get tagged in the content. I'll do a little reporting on the ground for you on video, right? And then you also get credits in my in the documentary that's being created right now about me. You'll get a tour sponsor credits in there. And there was one more thing. Oh yeah, an art airdrop. I can do an airdrop for your select group of people that you want to give it to of the art that I make. Okay, the other thing is for Nashville. Same thing goes for that. I don't know if Val mentioned Nashville in this past minute, but in case you didn't, we've already looked at a whole activation that I think looks fucking dope and is probably the thing. But if not that, she's also working on her own thing. So shout out, call out for sponsors, anyone who wants to work with that together on that. And then Bitcoin Pizza Day. Oh yeah, Bitcoin Pizza Day, May 22nd. We're both hosting respective parties. She's going to be holding it down in San Diego. I'm doing the only party, the only Bitcoin Pizza party in Maui, because there's not that many people out here yet, but maybe one day there'll be more because it is a big place. And that's pretty much all I have besides surprise raffle number 6 on my list.
Paper Buddha, don't worry. I will fill in Creatrix what we talked about. If she can't hear us right now, I will fill her in. But yeah, let's definitely chat. Let's set up something. But yeah, since Creatrix brought it up, Bitcoin Pizza Day is Wednesday, May 22nd. That is the day where I forget his name, but he went and spent Bitcoin on pizza. And if he didn't, Bitcoin wasn't worth that much back then, but he could, if he held on to that Bitcoin, woo, he could have been a millionaire, guys. So whatever's, it is what it is. But we love celebrating that day. So shout out to Pizza Dow. Pizza Dow his mission is to give pizza for free to everyone around the world. And so they are helping to sponsor community leaders. So wherever you are in the world, they are looking to sponsor community leaders to throw a pizza party in your town. So as Creatrix mentioned, she is going to be throwing her pizza party in Maui. I will be throwing a pizza party in San Diego. Check out their Discord, their Twitter, their website, and you can find where your nearest pizza party is. If there is not one near you, you can volunteer yourself to throw it in your town, and there may be some funding for you that they'll give so that you can go and get some boxes of pizza and give free pizza to everybody. So one thing I do want to say is, like, yes, you can go do your pizza party anywhere you'd like. You can go do it at, the pizza restaurant. You can go do it at a bar. But let me put you guys onto an app that I use to look for venues. So it's called Swimply. 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 They also have a website, swimply.com, but you can go find houses that are renting their houses with their pools. So this is like really low cost. Some pools you can, rent by the hour. They provide like some of the lounge, like, the umbrellas and cabanas. Some of these pools are really nice, like with like waterfalls and rock formations. Some of them have beautiful views that are overlooking the city or wherever they're at. So I found a really cool, dope house that has like a beach theme, like with sand, and they have like a pool, they have like a stage, they have like a wet bar. Like, it's so awesome. And it's only like $100 per hour. So if I want to do a 4-hour event, that's around $400. And of course, that's going to be covered by the sponsorship that I'm getting from Pizza Dow. So, like, definitely take advantage if you're looking to do any kind of event. Look and see if Swimply is available in your area, because that's just like a cool place to look and consider. If you want like a dope venue, a dope house, and they provide the pool, they provide the pool toys. So there's like floaties, cabanas, chairs, tables. Each house or venue may differ. Like, there's some resorts that are on there that you wouldn't know, but like, oh, they're renting out their pool, and you can go rent it out. Or there's also other places that like may not have a pool, but they have like a big yard that's available to host an event. Some places have farms, like in different states they like offer their whole farm and barn. You can throw a dope ass like party there. So go check out Swimply app or their website, swimply.com. Not sponsored. Swimply, if you want to sponsor me, go for it. um, what else? But yeah, that's it. So Bitcoin Pizza Day, Wednesday, May 22nd, Nashville Bitcoin Conference. That's July 25th through 27th, Thursday through Sunday. Those are two events we're looking forward to. On top of that, we got Consensus happening next week. We've also got FarCon. There's a lot of things going on. So, yeah, let us know what you guys are getting into. We'll link up in person if we can. If not, we will see you on the Twitter Spaces and on the timeline. I don't know. Let's go around the room because I think we're closing out our space now. But let's see if anyone has any closing thoughts. Let's go over to Authored.
No, I just appreciate y'all and keep on climbing.
Appreciate you too, Author. Thank you for always being here to support us, and you as well. We want to support you and uplift you. You keep on shining as well. Let's bring it over to Paper Buddha. Any closing thoughts?
Excited for Austin. Thanks for having me. All love.
All love. I'll let you know if I get out there to Austin, but if not, I will see you in Nashville. Let's bring out a creatress. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, no, thanks for coming through. Enter the giveaway. We have extended it, by the way. You know, if you're watching, I forgot to mention that. But
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you talk about that. But yeah, no, thanks for coming through. Sorry about the tech issues. It's tech. It's Wi-Fi. You know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday.
Hey, oh yeah, okay. Thank you for this reminder. So, we definitely have raffle number 5 that's going on. But guess what? We are doing a surprise raffle. We're going to extend it to ICP raffle number 6. So I just pinned it up top. You can win $100 in Bitcoin And all you have to do is 3 steps. Number 1, go create your ICP ID. There's a link to go do that. You do not have to connect your wallet. You do not have to download an app. It's completely free to do. Step 2, take a screenshot of your ID or type it in the comments. We want you to use the hashtag ICP Raffle 6. And then step 3, join our open chat group, which is basically ICP's version of Telegram. It's a little bit cooler, but that's where we'll be announcing our winner. So there's a link also there so that you can join in, and we'll see you there. We will be making our announcement of who won on our next show on Tuesday. So that is Tuesday, April 30th at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Pacific. So show up, enter. Good luck for everyone who's entered. If you've entered into any of the other raffles, number 1 through 5, and you have not won, you are still eligible for this raffle. You do not need to enter again if you've already entered once. You are counted. We see you. But if you're completely new and have not tweeted us or have not created an ICP ID yet, go do that. That directly helps Creatress and I get our numbers up, because this is part of our ICP grant where we're trying to onboard new people into the ICP ecosystem. So we are forever grateful for your support if you go ahead and sign up. And then also, good luck to you. You may be the winner of $100 in Bitcoin. So thank you so much. Good luck to all the winners. Thank you to everyone who came to our show today and to everyone who came to speak. We look forward to seeing you in person. And again, if we can't see you in person, we'll just see you in the metaverse, whether that's in, anywhere online. We'll see you online. All right. Ciao, everybody. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Aloha Friday.